Jai Hind student, welcome to biology class. Students, today we will discuss some important 3 marks questions of the chapter Chemical Coordination and Integration. So let's begin. Question number 1. Describe the physiological function and disorders of thyroid gland. So students, as you all know, the thyroid gland it consists of a two-lobed structure which is present in the region of larynx, and it secretes a hormone, that is thyroxine, and this hormone contains iodine. Now, thyroxine stimulates the rate of cellular oxidation, and it also controls the basal metabolic rate. It also maintains the balance of the calcium ions in blood. Thyroid hormones also promotes growth of the body tissue. Both physical growth and mental development are stimulated. So this is the physiological functions. Now let's talk about few more things. They stimulate tissue differentiation. Because of this action, they promote metamorphosis of tadpole into adult frogs. Thyroid secretes the hormone which stimulates all metabolic actions. They are controlled by hormones secreted by anterior pituitary gland. Now, let's talk about the disorders. So, as you can see, hyperthyroidism, cretinism, and myxedema. Now, hyperthyroidism, it reduces the basic metabolic rate of an individual. Cretinism, it is found in usually in childhood age, and it delayed growth, okay, mentally, bodily, and sexually. So all the growth are affected in this disease. Myxedema is found in adults. So here you will see a person has a dry coarse skin, loss of hair, reduced cerebration, temperature and pulse rate, reduced speech. So these are the few symptoms which you will see in this disease. The patient, it gains weight, reproductive failure, and it has a puffy appearance and lacks alertness. So now moving to next question. Write full form of ADH and describe how it affects the functioning of kidney tubules. Now ADH is antidiuretic hormone, and this hormone affects kidney tubules in the following ways. Now that is, first, it renders the distal convoluted tubule, and collecting duct of the nephron permeable water, so that the water is reabsorbed from filtrate in these segments and the urine become hypertonic. So this hormone ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone, it prevent the water loss from the body. That means it helps in the reabsorption, making the urine hypertonic. Next, it also regulates the atrial blood pressure. Moving to question number 3, let's talk about the differences between exocrine, endocrine, and heterocrine glands. Now, as you can see, exocrine glands, they have a duct, that is a tube. Exocrines, they are known as ductless gland. They are devoid of any ducts. Heterocrine glands, they are partially endocrine and partially exocrine. Okay, so they are also known as mixed gland also. The example is pancreas. As you all know, pancreas acts as endocrine also and exocrine also. Okay, endocrine function, if you talk about, it secrete a hormone, that is insulin, glucagon. And exocrine function, if you talk about, it secretes enzymes, as you have seen in the digestive system, right? Now next difference, exocrine glands secretion are carried by a duct, the internal parts or body surface, for example salivary glands in the mouth. It is the example of exocrine glands. Now endocrine glands, these secretion are carried by blood to the target organ. Examples are parathyroid gland, pituitary gland, adrenal glands, and many more. Now heterocrine glands, these the endocrine part of the heterocrine glands, it releases the hormone into the bloodstream, while the exocrine part into the ducts associated with pancreas, ovaries, testes. Okay, so these are the examples: pancreas, ovary, testes. These glands act as both endocrine also and heterocrine also. Now, moving to question number 4. Name the T3 and T4 components of thyroid hormone. Explain their specific function. Now, T3 is triiodothyroxine and T4 is tetraiodothyroxine. Okay, so the triiodothyroxine, that is T3, it contains 3 atoms of iodine, and T4, it contains 4 atom of iodine. Here it is no it is interchange, so just don't pay attention. Okay, T4 is tetraido and T3 is triido. Tetra contains 4 atoms of iodine, tri contains 3 atoms of iodine, and these both T3 and T4 hormone, they have identical effect on the target cells, and they are together known as thyroid hormone. Now, what they do, let's talk about the function. They regulate metabolic rate, they regulate metabolism, and it also help in metamorphosis of frog. Question number 5. Differentiate between vitamin, hormone and enzyme. Now, vitamins, they are carried in the food. They are present in the food. Hormones, they are carried by the blood, and enzymes, they are not carried by the blood. Okay. Next, vitamins, it is used up during the process. Hormones are consumed during the metabolic reaction, and enzymes, they remain unchanged after the reaction. Next, vitamins are obtained from food. Hormones is produced by a endocrine glands, and enzymes are produced by a exocrine glands. Next, the vitamins, it may be organic acid, amides, amine, ester, alcohol or steroids. And hormones, they are glycoproteins, steroids or polypeptide. And enzymes, they are always proteinaceous in nature. Enzymes are always proteinaceous. Next difference, vitamins, it act as coenzyme. Hormones, it act as stimulating substance, and enzymes, it act as a biocatalyst. Last difference, vitamins deficiency cause deficiency disease. For example, like night blindness, beriberi, scurvy. So these are the few deficiency disease which occur due to the deficiency of a particular vitamin. For example, vitamin A deficiency causes night blindness. Okay, C causes scurvy. Okay, these are the few examples. Now, hormones, it excess as well as deficiency causes mainly many hormonal disorders and disease. So, you all have studied hormones if they are secreted in excess or under secretion, that is hypo and hyper secretion. Both causes a disorder in the body. And enzymes, it is required in very small amount. Next, question number 6. This is the last question. A patient was complaining of frequent urination, excessive thirst, hunger, and tiredness. His fasting glucose was found higher than 130 milligram per deciliter on 2 occasions, right? So, name the disease, then you have to give the root cause of the disease, and you have to explain why the blood glucose level is higher than 130. Okay, so the disease, as it is diabetes mellitus, and this disease is caused due to the under secretion of insulin hormone. Okay, as you all know, insulin hormone is secreted by the beta cells of pancreas. Okay, so by this, due to the under secretion of insulin hormone, it results in a condition that is hyperglycemia, that is increase in the glucose level, right? No, in the absence of insulin, the following functions are impaired. So these are the effects. First, utilization and uptake of glucose by adipocytes and hepatocytes. This is impaired. Then, conversion of glucose into glycogen by the target cell, that is not done. Okay, due to the under secretion. When insulin is secreted in less amounts, so all these things occur, and due to this, the level of the glucose increases in the blood, which leads to a condition that is known as hyperglycemia. So these are the few questions. Hope you all have understood. Thank you everyone.